Baby Yoda's tiny feet pattered across the soft, glowing grass of Lumora, the floating planet where everything sparkled just a little brighter than it should. The sky above swirled with colors, like a painter had spilled purples and blues across the stars. It was one of those sunny, starry days when the air felt alive, humming with secrets waiting to be found. Baby Yoda, with his big, curious eyes and floppy green ears, wasn't looking for secrets, though. He was chasing a butterfly, one with wings that shimmered like liquid rainbows. It fluttered just out of reach, leading him deeper into a part of the forest he'd never seen before. "Come back, little Flutter," Baby Yoda cooed, his voice soft and squeaky. He toddled after the butterfly, giggling as it looped around a tree with bark that glowed like fireflies. The trees here were different, taller, their leaves whispering in a way that sounded almost like words. Baby Yoda stopped, tilting his head. The butterfly vanished into a thicket, and for a moment, everything was still. Too still. Then he heard it. A hum, low and warm, like a song only he could hear. It came from somewhere ahead, pulling at his heart like a string. He pushed through the thicket, his little hands brushing aside vines that sparkled with dew. Beyond the vines was a grove, hidden away like a treasure. The grass here glowed brighter, and in the center stood a stone pedestal, old and covered in moss that shimmered like emeralds. On the pedestal sat a box, no bigger than a loaf of bread, carved with symbols that seemed to dance in the light. The hum was coming from it, louder now, wrapping around Baby Yoda like a warm blanket. He stepped closer, his ears twitching. The box was beautiful, but it felt important, like it had been waiting for him. "Who left you here?" Baby Yoda whispered, reaching out with a tiny finger. The moment he touched the box, it clicked, and the lid popped open. Inside were 4 crystals, each glowing a different color, red, blue, green, and gold. They pulsed like heartbeats, and tucked beside them was a piece of parchment, yellowed with age. Baby Yoda picked it up, his eyes wide. The words on it were written in a swirling script: "To light the stars, find the hearts." He read it again, his brow furrowing. "Light the stars? Find the hearts?" The words felt heavy, like they carried a promise. He didn't know what they meant, but his Jedi heart, small as it was, told him this was no ordinary box. This was a mystery, maybe even a mission. He clutched the parchment, looking at the crystals. They seemed to hum louder, as if agreeing with him. Before he could think more, a rustling came from the thicket. Baby Yoda spun around, clutching the box. Out tumbled a green bird with feathers that sparkled like jade. She landed in a heap, giggling so hard her wings shook. "Oh, wow, what a tumble," she chirped, hopping to her feet. "I'm Lila. I heard a hum, and poof, here I am." "What's that shiny box, little green friend?" Baby Yoda blinked, still holding the box tight. "I'm Babwa Yoda," he said slowly. "This box, it's special. It has a riddle." He showed her the parchment, and Lila's eyes lit up. "A riddle? I love riddles." Lila flapped her wings, hovering over the box. "Let's solve it." "Ooh, look at those crystals. They're so pretty." Before Baby Yoda could answer, a loud crash echoed through the grove. A fluffy creature with wobbly legs stumbled in, tripping over a root and landing with a thud. It was a space goat, his fur speckled with stars, his big eyes full of worry. Oh no, I broke something, didn't I?" he bleated, scrambling up. "I'm Bubbly. I was following a hum, and I got lost," and now I'm here, and, is that a Jedi box? Baby Yoda's ears perked up. You know Jedi? He asked, stepping closer. Bubble nodded, his hooves tapping nervously. My grandpa told stories about Jedi. They're kind and brave. That box looks like something they'd hide. As the three huddled around the box, a soft whirring sound filled the air. A small robot floated into the grove, its round body no bigger than a melon, with huge, glowing eyes that blinked curiously. Greetings. I am Zip, Exploration Unit 729. I detected an unusual energy signature. Is that object the source? Zip's voice was tinny but friendly, and it hovered closer, scanning the box. Wow, a robot. Lila giggled, circling Zip. You're so shiny. Zip's eyes blinked. Shiny is not a technical specification, but thank you. What is the purpose of this artifact? Baby Yoda held up the parchment. It's a riddle, he said. To light the stars, find the hearts. I think we need to find 4 hearts to make the crystals work. Maybe it's a Jedi mission. Bubbles' ears drooped. A mission? I'm not good at missions. I trip a lot. You're here, aren't you? Lila said, nudging him with her wing. That's brave. Let's do this together. Zip tilted its head. Logical analysis suggests teamwork increases success probability by 67%. I will assist. Baby Yoda looked at his new friends, his heart swelling. He wasn't sure what finding the hearts meant, but he felt less alone with Lila's giggles, Bubbles' nervous energy, and Zip's curious eyes. Okay, he said, smiling. Let's find the hearts. Lila pecked at the parchment. Look. There's more writing on the back. She flipped it over, revealing a single line, begin where the fire flows and the walls shine. Fire flows? Bubble gulped. That sounds like a lava cave. There's one not far from here, but it's scary. Scary is just exciting in disguise. Lila chirped, though her wings trembled a little. Zip's eyes glowed. Lava caves are geologically fascinating. I have a map of Lumora's terrain. The nearest cave is 1 mile west. Baby Yoda tucked the parchment into the box and closed it gently. The crystal's hum softened, but the grove still felt alive, like it was watching them. Let's go to the lava cave, he said, his voice steady despite the flutter in his chest. We'll figure out what the hearts are. Together. The group set off, weaving through the glowing forest. Lila flitted ahead, singing a silly tune about shiny crystals. Bubble trotted carefully, muttering about not tripping. Zip floated beside Baby Yoda, its eyes scanning the trees. The hum of the box seemed to follow them, a quiet promise of adventure. But as they reached the edge of the forest, Baby Yoda felt a prickle on his neck. He turned, his ears twitching. In the shadows of the grove, something moved. It was faint, like a wisp of smoke, with eyes that glinted for just a moment before vanishing. His heart skipped. Was it a trick of the light? Or was something watching them? Lila, bubbly, Zip, he called softly, not taking his eyes off the shadows. Did you see that? Lila landed beside him, tilting her head. See what? Just trees and sparkles. Bubble shivered. I didn't see anything, but now I'm extra nervous. Zip's eyes blinked rapidly. My sensors detected no life forms, but there was a brief energy spike. Unexplained. Baby Yoda clutched the box tighter. The riddle, the crystals, the hum, and now a shadow. Lumora was full of secrets, and they were only at the beginning. "Let's keep going," he said, trying to sound brave. The lava cave's waiting. As they stepped out of the forest, the shadow in the grove stirred again, silent and unseen. It watched them go, its eyes gleaming with a purpose all its own. The path to the lava cave wound through Lumora's glowing hills, where flowers bobbed like tiny lanterns and the air smelled of warm honey. Baby Yoda led the way, the ancient Jedi box tucked under his arm, its hum a steady pulse that matched his steps. Lila flitted above, her green feathers catching the starlight as she sang a made-up song about shiny caves and brave friends. Bubble trotted behind, his hooves clacking on the path, muttering about not tripping over rocks. Zip floated at the rear, its big eyes scanning the horizon, humming softly as it processed data about Lumora's geology. "Almost there, right, Zip?" Baby Yoda called, glancing back. The box felt heavier now, not in weight but in meaning. The riddle, "to light the stars, find the hearts," echoed in his mind. The clue about fire flowing and walls shining pointed to the lava cave, but what were the hearts? He hoped the cave would tell them. Zip's eyes blinked. "Correct, Babwa Yoda. The lava cave is 400 meters ahead. Sensors indicate elevated temperatures and mineral deposits." "Fascinating. Fascinating?" Bubble bleated, his ears drooping. "It's hot and scary. What if I trip and fall in lava?" Lila swooped down, giggling. "Oh, Bubbly, you won't fall. You've got us. And lava's just super warm water, right?" Zip tilted its head. "Incorrect. Lava is molten rock, with temperatures exceeding 1000 degrees Celsius. Contact would be inadvisable." Bubble's eyes widened. "Not helping, Zip." Baby Yoda smiled, patting Bubble's fluffy side. "We'll be careful. Together, we're unstoppable." His words sounded braver than he felt. That shadow in the grove still lingered in his thoughts, like a whisper he couldn't shake. The path dipped, and the lava cave came into view. Its entrance was a jagged arch, framed by rocks that sparkled like diamonds. Streams of glowing lava trickled down the walls, casting a warm, orange light that danced across the ground. The air hummed with heat, and the walls inside glittered with crystals, just like the riddle said. It was beautiful, but it felt alive, like the cave was watching them. "Wow," Lila whispered, landing on Baby Yoda's shoulder. "It's like a star fell and made a house." "Let's find the heart," Baby Yoda said, stepping inside. The hum from the box grew louder, matching the cave's own pulse. The floor was smooth, but narrow paths wound between bubbling lava pools that hissed and popped. He held the box tighter, his ears twitching at every sound. Lila flapped ahead, her sharp eyes scanning the walls. The riddle said, "Where the fire flows and the walls shine." This is it. But where's the heart? Maybe it's a shiny rock. Zip floated closer to a glittering wall. Analyzing. The walls contain quartz and obsidian, but no organic material resembling a heart. Perhaps the term is metaphorical. Bubble tiptoed behind, his hooves slipping slightly. Metaphorical? I just want to find it and not fall in. As they ventured deeper, Lila's wings froze mid-flap. "Look," she chirped, pointing to a carving on the wall. It was a circle with lines curling inward, like a heart made of flames. Below it, a small ledge held a single red crystal, identical to the one in the box, glowing softly. "That's it," Baby Yoda said, his heart leaping. The first heart. He stepped forward, but the ground rumbled, and a puff of steam hissed from a nearby pool. Bubble yelped, stumbling backward. His hoof caught on a rock, and with a loud clatter, he knocked over a pile of loose stones. The cave shook harder, and a slab of rock slid down, blocking the path to the crystal. Worse, the lava pools began to bubble faster, sending sparks into the air. "Oh no, I broke the cave!" Bubble wailed, his ears flat. "I'm so sorry." "It's okay, Bubbly," Baby Yoda said, his voice calm despite the heat. "We'll fix this." "Lila, can you see a way around?" Lila zipped up, dodging a spark. "The slab's too heavy, but there's a gap near the top. Maybe we can push something to climb." Zip scanned the slab. The gap is 30 centimeters wide. A coordinated effort could dislodge the obstruction. "I suggest stacking rocks to create leverage." Baby Yoda nodded. "Good idea. Bubbly, help me find rocks. Lila, keep watch for more sparks. Zip, guide us." They sprang into action. Bubble, still shaky, carried rocks with surprising care, piling them near the slab. Lila hovered, calling out warnings when lava bubbled too close. Zip's eyes glowed, projecting a faint outline of where to place each rock. Baby Yoda felt the box hum louder, as if cheering them on. The cave was hot, the air thick, but together, they built a wobbly ramp. "Almost there," Baby Yoda said, placing the last rock. He climbed up, his tiny hands gripping the stones. The gap was tight, but he squeezed through, reaching for the red crystal. It was warm, pulsing like a heartbeat. The moment he touched it, the cave's rumbling stopped, and the lava pools calmed, their glow softening. He slid back down, holding the crystal high. "We did it!" he cheered, his ears flapping. Lila giggled, spinning in the air. "You're amazing, Babwa Yoda. That crystal's so pretty." Bubbles' eyes shone. "I didn't ruin everything?" "You helped save us, Bubbly," Baby Yoda said, patting his friend. "This crystal's about empathy, I think. Caring for each other." Zip's eyes blinked. "Empathy, understanding others' feelings. This aligns with Jedi principles." "Fascinating." Baby Yoda opened the box, placing the red crystal beside its twin. The two pulsed together, and the parchment inside glowed faintly. New words appeared: "Seek the pond where frost sings and courage shines." "A frozen pond," Lila chirped. "That's next." "Oh, this is so exciting." Bubble gulped. "Frost sounds cold. Is it as dangerous as lava?" Zip tilted its head. "Frozen ponds are less hazardous than lava, but Lumora's terrain is unpredictable. We should proceed with caution." Baby Yoda closed the box, its hum now a steady song. The cave felt peaceful, like it had shared its secret and was content. But as they turned to leave, he felt that prickle again, the same one from the grove. He glanced back, his eyes scanning the glittering walls. There, in the shadows of a lava pool's glow, something flickered. A wisp of smoke, with eyes that glinted for a heartbeat before vanishing. His breath caught. "Did anyone see that?" he whispered. Lila tilted her head. "See what?" "Just sparkles." Bubble shivered. "I'm starting to think you're seeing things, Babwa Yoda." Zip's eyes flickered. Another energy spike. Brief, untraceable. "I recommend vigilance." Baby Yoda nodded, clutching the box. The shadow, the riddle, the crystals, they were all connected, he was sure of it. But what was watching them? And why? The frozen pond was waiting, and with it, another heart. He took a deep breath, his small frame standing tall. "Let's go," he said. "The next heart's out there." As they left the cave, the shadow stirred again, silent and unseen, its eyes fixed on the box in Baby Yoda's hands. Thank you for listening to these incredible stories. Our team would really appreciate it if you give us a like and comment. Your opinion is very important to us. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed. The trail to the frozen pond glittered under Lumora's starry sky, where wisps of clouds glowed like cotton candy. Baby Yoda walked with purpose, the Jedi box snug under his arm, its hum a quiet guide through the chilly air. Lila soared above, her green feathers fluffing against the breeze, humming a tune about sparkly ice. Bubble plodded along, his hoofs crunching on frost-dusted grass, muttering about not slipping. Zip floated steadily, its big eyes glowing like lanterns, scanning for the pond's location. "Are we close, Zip?" Baby Yoda asked, his breath puffing in little clouds. The lava cave's heat felt like a dream now, replaced by a crisp chill that nipped at his ears. The new clue, "Seek the pond where frost sings and courage shines," danced in his mind. The red crystal of empathy glowed in the box, but the next heart, tied to courage, waited ahead. He hoped the pond would be kinder than the cave. Zip's eyes blinked. "Affirmative, Babwa Yoda. The frozen pond is 200 meters north. Sensors detect low temperatures and acoustic anomalies." "Intriguing. Acoustic anomalies?" Bubble bleated, his ears twitching. "That sounds like noise. What if it's loud and scary?" Lila swooped down, giggling. "Oh, Bubbly, maybe it's music. Like the flowers in my nest. Let's find out." She spun in the air, her wings leaving a trail of sparkles. Baby Yoda smiled, but his thoughts drifted to the shadow from the cave. Those glinting eyes haunted him, like a puzzle piece he couldn't place. Was it following them? He gripped the box tighter, its hum steadying his nerves. "Let's stick together," he said softly. "The pond's waiting." The path curved, and the frozen pond appeared, a perfect circle of ice that shimmered like a mirror under the stars. Its surface was smooth, reflecting the swirling sky, and around its edges stood tall stones, each carved with swirling patterns. A faint hum filled the air, not from the box but from the stones themselves. They sang, their notes rising and falling like a lullaby, soft but clear. "Wow," Lila whispered, landing on a stone. "They're singing. It's so pretty." Zip hovered closer, its eyes scanning. The stones emit harmonic vibrations. The patterns suggest a sequence. This may be the riddle's "Frost that sings." Bubble tiptoed to the pond's edge, peering at the ice. "It's so slippery. What if I fall through? Or the stones stop singing and get mad?" Baby Yoda set the box down gently, his ears perked. "The stones are helping us, Bubbly. The riddle says courage shines here. Let's listen and find the heart." He stepped onto the ice, testing it with his tiny feet. It held firm, cold but solid. The group gathered around the stones, their song growing clearer. Lila tilted her head, her sharp eyes catching the carvings. "Look! Each stone has a different swirl. Maybe we need to touch them in order?" Zip's eyes glowed. "Logical. The carvings form a sequence. I will analyze the frequencies." It floated from stone to stone, humming as it recorded the notes. Hypothesis: pressing the stones in pitch order will reveal the heart. Let's try. Baby Yoda said, his heart racing. He pressed the first stone, its carving glowing faintly. A low note rang out, warm and steady. Lila flapped to the next, her wing brushing a higher-pitched stone. It glowed too, harmonizing with the first. Bubble hesitated, his hooves trembling, but he nudged a third stone, adding a bright, clear note. It's working! Lila chirped, spinning in delight. But as Baby Yoda reached for the fourth stone, a gust of wind whipped across the pond, sharp and sudden. The ice trembled, and a shadowy shape flickered at the pond's edge, wispy and dark, with eyes that glinted like frost. The shadow wisp. Bubble yelped, stumbling back. It's that thing again. It's gonna get us. Lila's wings froze. What's it doing, Babwa Yoda? It's so creepy. Zip's eyes flickered. Energy spike detected. The entity is interfering with the stone's vibrations. As it spoke, the wisp darted forward, its form blurring. The stone's song faltered, and they began to sink into the ice, their glow dimming. No! Baby Yoda cried, his ears drooping. We need the song. He lunged for the sinking stones, but the ice cracked under his feet, a thin line spiderwebbing out. He froze, heart pounding. Babwa Yoda, careful! Lila shouted, hovering over him. The ice is breaking. Zip whirred closer. The wisp's interference is destabilizing the pond. We must restore the sequence quickly. Bubble whimpered, his eyes wide. But that shadow thing's out there. I'm not brave enough for this. Baby Yoda looked at his friends, then at the wisp, its eyes watching from the shadows. The box's hum pulsed, steady and warm, like a reminder. Courage. That was the heart they needed. Bubbly, he said, his voice soft but firm, you're braver than you think. You helped in the cave. We need you now. Bubble's ears twitched, his big eyes meeting Baby Yoda's. Me? But I'll mess it up. You won't, Lila said, landing beside him. You're our Bubbly. Let's do this together. Zip nodded, its eyes steady. Probability of success increases with collective effort. I trust you, Bubbly. Bubble took a shaky breath, his hooves steadying. Okay. For you guys. He stepped onto the ice, slow and careful, and pressed the fourth stone. Its note rang out, clear and strong. The ice stopped cracking, and the stones rose, their song returning. Baby Yoda grinned, pressing the next stone. Lila and Zip followed, each note building the harmony. The wisp hissed, its form flickering, but it didn't advance. As the final stone glowed, a blue crystal rose from the pond's center, sparkling with a light that felt warm, like a hug. The heart of courage. Baby Yoda reached for it, his small hand steady. The moment he touched it, the wisp let out a low whisper, not all hearts are easy to find, and vanished into the frost. The pond stilled, its song softening to a gentle hum. We did it! Lila cheered, twirling in the air. That crystal's so shiny! Bubbles' tail wagged. I didn't fall. And I helped. Did I really help? You were amazing, Bubbly, Baby Yoda said, placing the blue crystal in the box. It glowed beside the red one, and the parchment shimmered, revealing a new clue: follow the glow where sprites dance and trust guides. Sprites? Lila tilted her head. Those are the tiny glowy things in the forest, right? Oh, this is gonna be fun. Zip's eyes blinked. Glimmer sprites are known for mischievous behavior. Caution is advised. Bubble gulped. Mischievous? That sounds like trouble. Baby Yoda closed the box, its hum stronger now. The pond's song lingered, like a promise of more secrets. But the wisp's words echoed in his mind. Not all hearts are easy to find. What did it mean? And why was it following them? He looked at his friends, their faces bright with hope, and felt a spark of courage in his own heart. Let's find the sprites, he said, smiling. The next heart's waiting. As they left the pond, the ice gleamed behind them, and in its reflection, a faint shadow stirred, its eyes glinting with a silent purpose. The glowing forest of Lumora shimmered like a dream, its trees draped in vines that sparkled like stardust. Baby Yoda led the way, the Jedi box humming softly under his arm, its two crystals, red and blue, glowing with the hearts of empathy and courage. The new clue, follow the glow where sprites dance and trust guides, pointed to the Glimmer sprites, tiny creatures known for their tricks and twinkling lights. Lila flitted ahead, her green feathers catching the forest's glow, singing about dancing sprites. Bubble trotted carefully, his hooves sinking into the mossy ground, muttering about not getting lost. Zip floated beside Baby Yoda, its big eyes scanning the trees, humming as it analyzed the forest's energy. Are we in the right place, Zip? Baby Yoda asked, his ears twitching. The forest felt alive, its air buzzing with a playful energy that made his heart skip. The shadow wisp's warning, not all hearts are easy to find, lingered in his mind, but the box's hum kept him focused. The next heart, tied to trust, was somewhere in this glowing maze. Zip's eyes blinked. Affirmative, Babwa Yoda. This forest is a known habitat for Glimmer sprites. Sensors detect multiple low-energy signatures. They are near. Sprites. Lila chirped, spinning in the air. I bet they're so cute. Do you think they'll dance with us, Bubbly? Bubble's ears drooped. Dance? I'll probably trip and scare them away. What if they play tricks? My grandpa said sprites love tricks. Baby Yoda smiled, patting Bubble's fluffy side. Tricks or not, we'll figure it out. The riddle says trust guides us. We just need to trust each other. His words felt big, like a Jedi promise, but the wisp's shadowy eyes flashed in his memory, making him glance over his shoulder. The forest was bright, but shadows danced in the corners. The path wound deeper, and the air grew thicker with sparkles, like fireflies on a summer night. Tiny giggles echoed, high and tinkling, and then they saw them, Glimmer sprites. Dozens of them, no bigger than acorns, with wings like glass and bodies that glowed in every color of the rainbow. They darted through the trees, leaving trails of light that formed patterns, then vanished. Wow! Lila gasped, her wings fluttering. They're so pretty. Look at them dance. Zip tilted its head. Their movements follow a non-random pattern. Possibly a communication method. I will analyze further. Bubble shuffled closer to Baby Yoda. They're nice, right? Not scary. Baby Yoda set the box down, its hum blending with the sprite's giggles. Let's say hello. Maybe they know about the heart. He stepped forward, his tiny hand raised. Hi, Glimmer sprites. I'm Babwa Yoda. We're looking for a heart to light the stars. Can you help? The sprites paused, their lights flickering. Then, with a burst of giggles, they swarmed around the group, their wings brushing like whispers. One sprite, with a pink glow, hovered in front of Baby Yoda, tilting its tiny head. "A heart," it squeaked, its voice like a bell. "We love hearts. Follow us, follow us." It darted off, joined by others, their lights forming a glowing path deeper into the forest. "Yay, they're helping!" Lila cheered, zipping after them. "Come on, let's go." Zip's eyes blinked rapidly. Caution! Sprite behavior is unpredictable. Historical data suggests 70% of sprite-led paths involve misdirection. Bubble gulped. Misdirection? That's a fancy word for getting us lost. Baby Yoda picked up the box, its hum steady. "We'll be careful. Let's trust them, but keep our eyes open." He followed the sprites, his friends close behind. The glowing path twisted through the forest, past trees that hummed softly and flowers that opened to watch them pass. The sprites giggled, darting in and out, sometimes looping back to tug at Lila's feathers or tickle Bubbles' ears. "This is fun." Lila giggled, spinning with a sprite. "They're so silly." But the path grew narrower, the trees closer, their glow dimming. The sprites' giggles turned sharper, and their lights began to scatter, leading in different directions. Baby Yoda slowed, his ears twitching. "Wait! Something's wrong. They're splitting up." Zip word. Confirmed. The sprites are creating divergent paths. Probability of intentional misdirection, 85%. Bubbles' hooves skidded. "I knew it. They're tricking us. We're gonna be lost forever." Lila landed, her wings drooping. "But they seemed so nice. Why would they trick us, Babwa Yoda?" Baby Yoda clutched the box, its hum a quiet anchor. The sprites' lights flickered, some circling them, others vanishing into the trees. The forest felt less friendly now, its shadows deeper. He remembered the riddle, "Trust guides." "Maybe it's a test," he said softly. "The heart of trust. We need to trust each other, not just the sprites." He looked at his friends, their faces uncertain. "Lila, can you spot the real path? Your eyes are the sharpest." Lila perked up, flapping her wings. "I'll try." She soared above, scanning the flickering lights. "There. The pink sprite's light is steadier. It's going that way." "Bubbly," Baby Yoda said, "can you keep us steady? Your hooves are strong." Bubbles' ears twitched. "Me? Okay, I'll try not to trip." He took a deep breath, leading the way with careful steps. "Zip, guide us with your sensors," Baby Yoda added. "We're a team." Zip's eyes glowed. Affirmative. Following the stable energy signature. Stay close. Together, they followed Lila's lead, ignoring the sprites that darted in circles. The pink sprite hovered ahead, its giggles softer now, almost shy. The forest opened into a clearing, where a single tree stood, its branches heavy with glowing fruit. At its base was a green crystal, pulsing like a heartbeat, the heart of trust. "We found it." Lila cheered, landing beside the crystal. "You were right, Babwa Yoda." But before Baby Yoda could reach for it, the other sprites swarmed, their lights flashing wildly. "No, no," they squeaked. "It's ours. Play our game first." They spun around the tree, their wings kicking up a whirlwind of sparkles that hid the crystal. Bubble yelped, ducking. "They're mad. What do we do?" Baby Yoda stepped forward, his voice calm. "We don't want to take it. We want to share its magic. Please, let us show you." He opened the box, letting its hum join the forest's glow. The pink sprite hesitated, then fluttered closer, its light softening. "You're kind," it squeaked. "Not like others who chase us. Okay, take the heart." It waved, and the other sprites calmed, their whirlwind fading. The green crystal gleamed, free to claim. Baby Yoda touched it, its warmth spreading through him. "Trust," he whispered, placing it in the box. The parchment glowed, revealing a new clue: seek the garden where flowers sing and faith blooms. A singing garden. Lila giggled. "That sounds so pretty." Bubbles' tail wagged. "I didn't trip. And we got the heart." Zip's eyes blinked. Trust increased team efficiency by 90%. Noted. Baby Yoda closed the box, but a chill ran through him. In the clearing's shadows, a wisp of smoke flickered, its eyes glinting before vanishing. The shadow wisp again. His heart skipped. Why was it always there, watching? "Let's go," he said, forcing a smile. "The garden's next." As they left the clearing, the pink sprite waved, its light fading. But in the forest's depths, the wisp lingered, its whisper barely audible: "Trust is fragile. The next heart will test it." The path to the singing garden wound through Lumora's rolling meadows, where grass sparkled like emeralds under the starry sky. Baby Yoda clutched the Jedi box, its hum blending with the soft chirps of night creatures. The 3 crystals inside, red, blue, and green, glowed with the hearts of empathy, courage, and trust. The latest clue, seek the garden where flowers sing and faith blooms, filled him with hope, but the shadow wisp's whispers clung to his thoughts like mist. Lila flitted ahead, her green feathers dancing in the breeze, humming a tune about singing petals. Bubble trotted beside her, his hooves steady on the soft earth, muttering about not tripping on roots. Zip floated nearby, its big eyes scanning the horizon, humming as it calculated the garden's coordinates. "Is the garden close, Zip?" Baby Yoda asked, his ears perked. The air felt warmer here, fragrant with the scent of blooming flowers. The wisp's presence worried him, but the box's hum was a steady reminder of their mission, to light the stars by finding the hearts. The next heart, tied to faith, waited in the garden. Zip's eyes blinked. "Affirmative, Babwa Yoda. The singing garden is 100 meters east. Sensors detect harmonic vibrations and floral energy signatures. Most curious. Harmonic vibrations?" Bubble bleated, his ears twitching. "That's the singing, right? I hope it's not loud. Loud noises make me jumpy." Lila giggled, swooping down. "Oh, Bubbly, it'll be beautiful. Flowers that sing. I bet they sound like my favorite lullaby." She spun in the air, her wings leaving a trail of sparkles. Baby Yoda smiled, but his heart felt heavy. The wisp's last words, "Trust is fragile," echoed in his mind. Was the next heart a test? He glanced at his friends, their faces bright with excitement, and vowed to keep them safe. "Let's stay together," he said softly. "The garden's going to show us something special." The meadow parted, revealing the singing garden. It was a sea of flowers, each petal glowing in shades of pink, gold, and violet. Their stems swayed as if dancing, and their soft, chiming voices wove a melody that felt like a warm hug. Vines curled around trellises, sparkling with dew, and a stone path wound through the blooms, leading to a fountain that bubbled with light. "Wow," Lila whispered, landing on a glowing petal. "It's like the stars grew flowers." Zip hovered over the fountain. The melody follows a repeating pattern. The fountain's energy suggests a central mechanism. This may be the riddle's garden where faith blooms. Bubble sniffed a flower, his tail wagging. "They smell nice. But where's the heart? I don't want to step on anything." Baby Yoda set the box down, its hum joining the flower's song. "The clue says faith blooms. Maybe we need to listen to the flowers." He stepped onto the path, the blooms swaying toward him, their chime brightening. The fountain's light pulsed, like it was calling. Lila flapped to a cluster of violet flowers. "Listen. These ones sing higher." She tilted her head, her sharp eyes catching a pattern in their petals. "They've got little swirls, like the stones at the pond." Zip scanned the garden. Hypothesis: the flower's song forms a sequence. Activating specific blooms may reveal the heart, similar to the pond's mechanism. "Let's try," Baby Yoda said, his heart lifting. He touched a pink flower, its note clear and sweet. The fountain's light flickered, encouraging them. Lila brushed a gold flower, adding a deeper tone. Bubble hesitated, his hooves hovering over a violet bloom. "What if I pick the wrong one?" he asked, his voice small. "You won't, Bubbly," Baby Yoda said. "You fixed the cave's rocks. You can do this." Bubble nodded, pressing the flower. Its note harmonized, and the fountain glowed brighter. But as Lila reached for the next bloom, a shadow flickered at the garden's edge, swift and silent. The shadow wisp. Its form coiled like smoke, and with a sharp hiss, it darted toward the fountain. The flowers' song faltered, their petals drooping, and the fountain's light dimmed. "Oh no!" Lila cried, her wings freezing. "It's that creepy thing again. It's ruining the song." Bubble yelped, stumbling back. "Why does it keep showing up? I'm not ready for this." Zip's eyes flickered. Energy spike detected. "The wisp is disrupting the floral vibrations. We must restore the sequence immediately." Baby Yoda's heart raced, but the box's hum steadied him. Faith. That was the heart they needed. "Lila," he said, turning to her, "you're amazing at spotting patterns. Can you find the right flowers?" Lila's eyes widened. "Me? But what if I mess up? I get distracted sometimes." Her wings drooped, her usual giggle gone. "You won't mess up," Baby Yoda said, his voice warm. "You saw the sprite's path. We need you." Bubble stepped closer, his ears perked. "Yeah, Lila. You're the best at seeing stuff." Zip nodded. "Your observational skills exceed mine in organic environments. I trust you, Lila." Lila took a shaky breath, her feathers fluffing. "Okay. I'll try." She flitted to the flowers, her eyes narrowing. "These swirls, they go in a circle. Touch the pink one, then gold, then violet, then blue." She pointed, her voice steadying. Baby Yoda followed her lead, pressing each flower. Bubble and Zip helped, their touches careful. The song grew stronger, drowning out the wisp's hiss. The fountain flared, and a gold crystal rose from its center, glowing with a warmth that felt like belief. The heart of faith. But the wisp wasn't done. With a sudden rush, it swept through the garden, snatching the crystal in a swirl of smoke. "No!" Baby Yoda shouted, lunging forward. The wisp vanished into the mist beyond the garden, the crystal's glow fading with it. "We lost it!" Bubble wailed, his tail drooping. "What do we do now?" Lila's wings trembled. "I should have been faster. This is my fault." "No," Baby Yoda said firmly, picking up the box. "You found the pattern, Lila. You were brave. The wisp's playing tricks, but we're stronger." He looked at his friends, their faces uncertain. "We'll find the crystal. Together." Zip's eyes blinked. "The wisp's energy signature is moving west. I can track it, but the trail is faint." "Then we follow it," Baby Yoda said, his small frame tall with determination. The box's hum pulsed, as if agreeing. The garden's flowers sang softly, their light steady again. But as they turned to leave, Lila gasped, pointing to the fountain. A faint map glowed on its surface, showing a misty valley. "Look," she chirped. "It's a clue. The valley's where the wisp went." Bubble gulped. "A misty valley? That sounds spooky." Zip tilted its head. "Mist reduces visibility by 60%. Caution is advised." Baby Yoda clutched the box, the wisp's theft stinging his heart. Faith meant believing they could get the crystal back. "Let's go," he said, his voice steady. "The heart of faith is ours. We just need to catch it." As they left the garden, the flowers' song followed, a gentle promise. But in the mist beyond, the shadow wisp waited, the gold crystal glinting in its grasp, its eyes gleaming with a secret only it knew. The misty valley stretched before Baby Yoda and his friends, its air thick with swirling fog that glowed faintly under Lumora's starry sky. Baby Yoda gripped the Jedi box, its hum a steady pulse against the chill, the three crystals inside glowing with empathy, courage, and trust. The shadow wisp had stolen the gold crystal, the heart of faith, and vanished into this valley, leaving only a faint trail. Lila hovered close, her green feathers damp from the mist, her usual giggle quiet. Bubble trotted nervously, his hooves sinking into the soft ground, muttering about getting lost. Zip floated ahead, its big eyes cutting through the fog, tracking the wisp's energy signature. "Are we still on the trail, Zip?" Baby Yoda asked, his ears twitching. The valley felt like a maze, with twisted trees and rocks that loomed like shadows. The wisp's theft stung, but the box's hum urged him forward. They had to reclaim the heart of faith to light the stars. Zip's eyes blinked. "Affirmative, Babwa Yoda." The wisp's energy signature is intermittent but detectable, moving west at 3 meters per second. The mist is interfering with precision. "Interfering?" Bubble bleated, his ears flat. "What if we lose it? Or it leads us to a cliff?" "I don't like cliffs." Lila flapped her wings, trying to sound cheerful. "Oh, Bubbly, no cliffs. We'll catch that sneaky wisp and get our shiny crystal back." But her voice wavered, her eyes darting through the fog. Baby Yoda clutched the box tighter, its hum blending with the valley's eerie quiet. The wisp's words, "Trust is fragile," echoed in his mind, and now it had the crystal. Was it testing them? He glanced at his friends, their faces tense, and felt a spark of determination. "We're a team," he said softly. "We'll find the crystal. Let's trust Zip's sensors and stick together." The valley deepened, its mist curling like fingers around gnarled trees. Zip led the way, its eyes glowing like beacons. The signature is stronger now, it said, hovering over a narrow path lined with glowing mushrooms. The wisp is close, but its movements are erratic. Lila perked up, her sharp eyes scanning the fog. I see something. A gold sparkle, over there. She pointed to a cluster of trees where a faint light flickered, like a star caught in the mist. That's it. Baby Yoda said, his heart leaping. He hurried forward, the box humming louder. But the path twisted, and the mist thickened, hiding the sparkle. The mushrooms pulsed, their light shifting, creating shadows that danced like tricks. Bubble whimpered, his hooves slipping. This place is spooky. What if the wisp's leading us in circles? Zip's eyes flickered. Possible. The wisp's energy is splitting into multiple signatures. It may be creating decoys to confuse us. Lila's wings drooped. Decoys? That's not fair. How do we know which one's real? Baby Yoda set the box down, its hum steadying his thoughts. The riddle said faith blooms, and faith meant believing even when things were hard. Zip, he said, can you focus on the strongest signal? We'll follow that one. Zip whirred, its eyes narrowing. Processing. The primary signature is 20 meters ahead, near a rock formation. But my logic circuits are uncertain. The decoys are highly convincing. Baby Yoda looked at Zip, surprised. Uncertain? But you're always so sure, Zip. Zip's eyes dimmed slightly. My programming prioritizes data, but this wisp defies analysis. I do not understand its purpose. It feels personal. Lila landed beside Zip, nudging it gently. It's okay, Zip. You don't have to know everything. We're here with you. Bubble nodded, his tail wagging. Yeah, you got us through the cave and the pond. You're the best robot ever. Zip's eyes blinked, brightening. Your encouragement is appreciated. I will recalibrate and focus on the primary signal. Follow me. Baby Yoda smiled, his heart warming. Zip's doubt made it feel more like a friend, not just a machine. They followed the robot, the path narrowing as the mushroom's glow faded. The fog parted, revealing a circle of tall rocks, like a crown in the valley's heart. In the center, the gold crystal gleamed, floating above a stone pedestal. But the shadow wisp coiled around it, its smoky form swirling, its eyes glinting with challenge. There it is. Lila whispered, her wings trembling. But that wisp looks mad. Bubble gulped. It's gonna swoop us. I'm not ready. Zip's eyes locked on the wisp. The crystal's energy is stable, but the wisp's interference is strong. Direct approach may trigger a reaction. Baby Yoda stepped forward, the box's hum loud in his ears. The wisp's eyes met his, and for a moment, he felt its presence, not just as a shadow but as something old, guarding a secret. Shadow Wisp, he said, his voice steady, we need that crystal to light the stars. Please, give it back. The wisp hissed, its voice like wind through leaves. Faith is not taken. It is earned. Prove you are worthy. It swirled faster, and the rocks began to hum, their surfaces glowing with swirling patterns. The crystal pulsed, but the wisp's form blocked the way. Prove it? Bubble whimpered. How? I'm just a clumsy goat. Lila's eyes widened. Maybe it's like the garden. A pattern. Look at the rocks, they're glowing. Zip scanned the rocks. The patterns form a sequence, but my sensors are jammed by the wisp's energy. I cannot solve it alone. Baby Yoda looked at Zip, then at his friends. Faith meant believing in each other, even when Zip's logic faltered. Zip, he said, you don't need to do it alone. Lila, check the patterns. Bubbly, help her stay steady. I'll watch the wisp. Lila nodded, flitting to the rocks. The swirls go up, then down, like waves. Touch them in order. She pointed, her wings steady despite the wisp's hiss. Bubble took a shaky step, his hooves firm. I won't trip, he muttered, pressing the first rock. Its glow brightened, a low hum joining the box's song. Lila guided him to the next, and the sequence grew, the rock's light pushing back the mist. Zip hovered closer, its eyes bright. Your collaboration is effective. I will assist. It projected a faint outline of the pattern, helping Lila and Bubble finish the sequence. The rocks sang, and the wisp's form wavered, its eyes softening. Baby Yoda stepped toward the pedestal, his heart pounding. We're worthy, he said. We believe in each other. The wisp paused, then parted, letting the gold crystal float free. He caught it, its warmth spreading through him like a promise. The wisp whispered, the box's secret is deeper than you know, and vanished into the fog. The rock's hum faded, leaving the valley quiet. We got it. Lila cheered, spinning in the air. You're amazing, Zip. Bubble's tail wagged. I didn't trip. And Zip, you're not just a robot, you're our friend. Zip's eyes blinked slowly. Friendship is not in my programming, but I find it agreeable. Baby Yoda placed the gold crystal in the box, its glow joining the others. The parchment shimmered, revealing a new clue, cross the bridge where stars fall and hearts unite. A bridge? Lila tilted her head. That sounds sparkly. Bubble gulped. Bridges are high. I don't like high. Zip tilted its head. Lumora's starlit bridge is structurally sound, but its location is remote. We must proceed with care. Baby Yoda closed the box, the wisp's words lingering. A deeper secret? His heart skipped, but his friend's smiles grounded him. Let's find the bridge, he said, his voice firm. The next heart's waiting. As they left the valley, the fog parted, revealing the starry sky. But in the shadows behind, a faint wisp stirred, its eyes glinting with a purpose yet to be revealed. The trail to the starlit bridge climbed through Lumora's shimmering hills, where the grass glowed like moonlight and the air sparkled with tiny flecks of stardust. Baby Yoda held the Jedi box close, its hum a steady rhythm, the 4 crystals inside glowing with empathy, courage, trust, and faith. The new clue, cross the bridge where stars fall and hearts unite, pointed to a bridge said to span a chasm of falling stars. Lila flitted ahead, her green feathers catching the glow, singing about sparkly bridges. Bubble trotted cautiously, his hooves tapping the path, muttering about not looking down. Zip floated beside Baby Yoda, its big eyes scanning the terrain, humming as it calculated the bridge's location. Are we almost there, Zip? Baby Yoda asked, his ears perked. The hills felt alive, their glow pulsing like a heartbeat. The shadow wisp's cryptic words, the box's secret is deeper than you know, lingered, but the box's hum kept him focused. The next challenge would test their unity, and he hoped they were ready. Zip's eyes blinked. Affirmative, Babwa Yoda. The starlit bridge is 300 meters ahead. Sensors detect a gravitational anomaly and luminescent particles. Highly unusual. Gravitational anomaly? Bubble bleated, his ears drooping. That sounds like falling. I'm not good with heights. Lila swooped down, giggling. Oh, Bubbly, it'll be magical. Stars falling around a bridge? It's like flying without wings. Her wings fluttered, though her eyes flicked nervously to the darkening sky. Baby Yoda smiled, patting Bubbles' fluffy side. We'll cross together, Bubbly. The riddle says hearts unite. That's us. His voice was steady, but the wisp's shadow haunted him. Was it watching now? He scanned the hills, seeing only stardust and shadows. The path crested, and the starlit bridge came into view. It was a delicate arch of crystal, stretching over a deep chasm where glowing specks swirled like a river of stars. The bridge sparkled, its surface smooth but narrow, swaying slightly in the breeze. Below, the chasm shimmered, its falling stars casting light that danced across the hills. It was beautiful, but it looked fragile, like a thread of glass. Wow, Lila whispered, landing on Baby Yoda's shoulder. It's like a rainbow made of stars. Zip hovered over the bridge's edge. Structural analysis. The bridge is composed of crystalline silicate, stable but sensitive to vibrations. Single-file crossing is recommended. Bubbles' eyes widened. Single file? On that? What if I trip and break it? Baby Yoda set the box down, its hum blending with the chasm's soft hum. We'll go slow, he said. The riddle says hearts unite. Maybe we need to work as one to cross. He stepped onto the bridge, testing it with his tiny feet. It held, its surface cool and steady. Lila flapped her wings. I'll fly beside you. I can spot any wobbles. She hovered, her sharp eyes scanning the bridge. Bubble shuffled forward, his hoofs trembling. Okay, but don't let me fall, Babwa Yoda. Zip floated close. I will monitor structural integrity. Probability of collapse is low, but caution is advised. They began to cross, Baby Yoda leading with the box, Lila hovering, Bubble stepping carefully, and Zip scanning. The bridge glowed brighter with each step, as if welcoming them. The falling stars below sang a soft, tinkling song, like bells in the wind. But halfway across, a low creak echoed, and the bridge swayed, its light flickering. Oh no! Bubble yelped, freezing. It's gonna break. Lila's wings beat faster. It's just swaying, Bubbly. Keep going. Zip's eyes flickered. Vibration detected. Source unknown. We must stabilize our movements. Baby Yoda clutched the box, his heart racing. Then he saw it, a shadow at the chasm's edge, swirling like smoke. The shadow wisp. Its eyes glinted, and with a hiss, it swept across the bridge, sending a gust that made the crystal tremble. The bridge's glow dimmed, and cracks spiderwebbed across its surface. It's the wisp! Lila cried, dodging a gust. It's trying to stop us. Bubble whimpered, his hoofs slipping. I can't move. I'm too scared. Baby Yoda turned, the boxes hummed loud in his ears. Bubbly, look at me, he said, his voice calm. You're brave. You helped in the valley. We need you now. Bubbles' eyes met his, wide and shaky. But the bridge, it's cracking. Zip whirred closer. Analysis, the cracks are superficial, but synchronized steps will reduce stress. We must move as one. Lila landed beside Bubble, nudging him. Like a dance, Bubbly. Step with us, okay? Baby Yoda nodded. Hearts unite. Let's walk together. 1, 2, 1, 2. He began, his tiny feet steady. Lila flapped in rhythm, guiding Bubble. Zip floated, its eyes projecting a faint beat. Bubble took a shaky step, then another, matching their pace. The bridge's cracks stopped spreading, its glow returning. The wisp hissed, circling faster, but their unity held. As they neared the other side, a figure appeared through the mist, Mr. Hoot, a wise owl with feathers like moonlight. His golden eyes gleamed, and he hooted softly. "Well done, young ones. Hearts united cross any chasm." "Mr. Hoot!" Baby Yoda gasped, stepping off the bridge. "You're here." The owl tilted his head. "Lumora's secrets need guardians. The box seeks hearts, but the truest heart lies within." His words were cryptic, his gaze fixed on the box. Lila tilted her head. "Within? Is that the next heart?" Bubble panted, his tail wagging. "I didn't fall. Did we get a crystal?" Zip's eyes blinked. No crystal detected, but Mr. Hoot's presence suggests a new clue. Mr. Hoot spread his wings. "Seek the tower where light bends and wisdom shines. But beware, unity is your strength, and the wisp tests it." He took flight, vanishing into the mist. The wisp's shadow faded, its hiss silent. The bridge glowed steadily, as if proud. Baby Yoda opened the box, and the parchment shimmered, confirming Mr. Hoot's clue, to the tower where light bends and wisdom shines. "A tower," Lila chirped, spinning. "That sounds so sparkly." Bubble gulped. "Towers are tall. I hope it's not wobbly like the bridge." Zip tilted its head. "Lumora's towers are rare. I will update my map. Caution remains advised." Baby Yoda closed the box, Mr. Hoot's words echoing, "The truest heart lies within." Did it mean the box? Or them? The wisp's interference felt personal now, like it wanted to break their bond. He looked at his friends, their faces bright despite the scare, and felt their unity like a warm light. "Let's find the tower," he said, his voice firm. "We're stronger together." As they left the bridge, the falling stars sang below, a promise of more secrets. But in the mist beyond, the shadow wisp lingered, its eyes glinting, watching the box with a hunger that grew sharper with each step. The path to the tower wove through Lumora's glowing plains, where blades of grass shimmered like tiny lanterns under the swirling starry sky. Baby Yoda cradled the Jedi box, its hum a gentle pulse, the 4 crystals inside glowing with empathy, courage, trust, and faith. The new clue, to the tower where light bends and wisdom shines, sparked his curiosity, but Mr. Hoot's words, "The truest heart lies within," echoed in his mind. Lila flitted ahead, her green feathers catching the starlight, humming a tune about tall towers. Bubble trotted carefully, his hooves tapping the soft earth, muttering about not climbing too high. Zip floated beside Baby Yoda, its big eyes scanning the horizon, humming as it mapped the tower's location. "Are we close, Zip?" Baby Yoda asked, his ears perked. The plains felt calm, but the shadow wisp's lingering presence kept him alert. The box's hum urged him forward, promising wisdom at the tower, but the wisp's tests were growing trickier. He hoped their unity would hold. Zip's eyes blinked. "Affirmative, Babwa Yoda. The tower is 200 meters northeast. Sensors detect a crystalline structure and refracted light patterns." "Most intriguing. Refracted light?" Bubble bleated, his ears twitching. "Is that like rainbows?" "I like rainbows, but towers are so tall. What if I slip? Lila giggled, swooping down. Oh, bubbly, a tower with rainbows? That's gonna be so pretty. You won't slip, we'll help you. Her wings fluttered, though her eyes darted nervously, remembering the wisp. Baby Yoda smiled, patting Bubbles' fluffy side. We'll climb together, Bubbly. The riddle says wisdom shines. That's what we'll find. His voice was steady, but the wisp's shadow loomed in his thoughts. Mr. Hoot had warned it would test their unity. He glanced at his friends, their faces bright, and vowed to keep them close. The planes rose, and the tower appeared, a slender spire of crystal that pierced the sky like a needle. Its surface shimmered, bending starlight into rainbows that danced across the ground. A spiral staircase wound around its outside, glowing faintly, leading to an open chamber at the top. The air hummed with a soft, clear note, like the box's song but sharper, full of secrets. Wow, Lila whispered, landing on Baby Yoda's shoulder. It's like a star turned into a tower. Zip hovered near the base. The structure is composed of prismatic crystal, capable of light manipulation. The chamber above emits a focused energy signature. Likely the riddle's wisdom shines. Bubbles sniffed the staircase, his tail drooping. It's so high. And twisty. I'm gonna trip for sure. Baby Yoda set the box down, its hum blending with the tower's song. We'll go slow, he said. The truest heart lies within. Maybe wisdom will show us what that means. He stepped onto the staircase, its crystal cool under his feet. The rainbows shifted, guiding them upward. Lila flapped beside him. I'll watch for sparkly clues. This place is so shiny. Her sharp eyes scanned the steps. Bubble followed, his hooves clacking nervously. Don't let me fall, Babwa Yoda. Zip floated close. I will monitor structural stability. The staircase is sound, but vibrations may affect the crystal. They climbed, the rainbows swirling around them, the tower's hum growing louder. The chamber above glowed, its light pulsing like a beacon. But as they neared the top, Lila's wings froze. Wait, she chirped, pointing to the chamber's entrance. A wall of light shimmered across it, rippling with colors. Patterns swirled within, like a puzzle waiting to be solved. It's a lock, Lila said, her eyes wide. The swirls look like stars and hearts. Zip scanned the wall. The patterns form a sequence of constellations. Activating them in order may deactivate the barrier. But the sequence is complex. Bubble gulped. Complex? I'm no good at puzzles. Baby Yoda touched the wall, its light warm. We'll figure it out together. The riddle says wisdom shines. Let's think like Jedi. He traced a star pattern, and it glowed, but the wall stayed solid. Lila, can you spot the next one? Lila hovered, her eyes narrowing. That one. It's a heart shape. She pointed, but as she did, her wings brushed a wrong pattern. The tower shook, and the staircase below cracked, sending a shower of crystal dust. Oh no! Lila cried, landing hard. I messed it up. I'm too distracted. Bubble yelped, his hooves slipping. The stairs. They're breaking. Zip's eyes flickered. Vibration overload. The incorrect sequence destabilized the structure. We must solve the puzzle quickly. Baby Yoda's heart raced, but the box's hum steadied him. Wisdom meant learning from mistakes. Lila, he said, his voice calm, "You're not distracted. You see things we don't. Try again. We trust you." Lila's feathers drooped. "But what if I break the tower?" "You won't," Bubble said, steadying himself. "You found the sprite's path. You're awesome, Lila." Zip nodded. "Your pattern recognition exceeds my processing in this context. I rely on you, Lila." Lila took a shaky breath, her eyes brightening. "Okay. Let's do this." She studied the wall, her wings steady. Star, heart, spiral, then circle. Touch them in that order. She pointed, guiding Baby Yoda's hands. He followed, pressing each pattern. Bubble stood firm, bracing the stairs. Zip projected a faint outline, confirming the sequence. The wall's light pulsed, and with a soft chime, it vanished, revealing the chamber. Inside, a pedestal held a glowing orb, not a crystal but a light that shimmered with knowledge. The heart of wisdom. "We did it!" Lila cheered, spinning in the air. "I didn't mess up." Bubble's tail wagged. "And I didn't fall." "You're the best, Lila." Zip's eyes blinked. "Your adaptability is remarkable." Wisdom gained. Baby Yoda approached the orb, its light warm. As he touched it, the tower's hum softened, and a vision filled his mind, the box opening, its crystals lighting Lumora's sky, but a shadow loomed, tied to the box's deeper secret. The orb faded, leaving a new clue on the parchment: find the door where mirrors reflect and hope endures. A door? Lila tilted her head. Like a secret door? That's so cool. Bubble gulped. Mirrors? I hope they don't show me tripping. Zip tilted its head. Mirrors suggest a reflective maze. My sensors will be useful, but the wisp's interference may complicate navigation. Baby Yoda closed the box, the vision lingering. The wisp's shadow felt closer, its purpose tied to the box. But as they turned to leave, a low hiss echoed. The shadow wisp swirled at the chamber's edge, its eyes glinting. Wisdom sees, but hope blinds, it whispered, then vanished. Baby Yoda's heart skipped. Did you hear that? He asked, his voice low. Lila shivered. That creepy thing again. What's it want? Bubble whimpered. It's gonna follow us forever, isn't it? Zip's eyes flickered. Another energy spike. The wisp's behavior suggests it guards the box's secret. We must remain vigilant. Baby Yoda nodded, clutching the box. The tower's rainbows glowed, a reminder of their strength. Let's find the door, he said, his voice firm. Hope's next, and we're ready. As they descended the staircase, the tower hummed softly, its light steady. But in the shadows below, the wisp's eyes gleamed, watching the box with a silent promise of more tests to come. The path from the tower dipped into a quiet valley on Lumora, where the air shimmered with a soft, silvery light and the ground sparkled like polished glass. Baby Yoda held the Jedi box close, its hum a steady guide, the 4 crystals inside glowing with empathy, courage, trust, and faith. The new clue, find the door where mirrors reflect and hope endures, pointed to a secret door, but the shadow wisp's whisper, wisdom sees, but hope blinds, lingered like a riddle of its own. Lila flitted ahead, her green feathers catching the valley's glow, humming about shiny mirrors. Bubble trotted cautiously, his hooves clicking on the smooth ground, muttering about not seeing himself trip. Zip floated beside Baby Yoda, its big eyes scanning for the door, humming as it analyzed the valley's strange reflections. Is the door near? Zip? Baby Yoda asked, his ears twitching. The valley felt different, like it was watching them, its light bending in ways that made his head spin. The wisp's tests were growing harder, and the box's deeper secret felt closer, but harder to grasp. He hoped the heart of hope would light the way. Zip's eyes blinked. Affirmative, Babwa Yoda. Sensors detect a high concentration of reflective surfaces 50 meters ahead. The door is likely concealed within a reflective structure. Reflective surfaces? Bubble bleated, his ears drooping. Like mirrors? What if I look silly in them? Or trip and break one? Lila giggled, swooping down. Oh, Bubbly, you'll look adorable. Mirrors are fun. Maybe the door's hiding behind a big shiny one. Her wings fluttered, but her eyes flicked nervously, remembering the wisp's tricks. Baby Yoda smiled, patting Bubbles' fluffy side. We'll find the door together, Bubbly. The riddle says hope endures. That's what we'll hold on to. His voice was calm, but the wisp's shadow loomed in his thoughts. Its warnings felt like a challenge to their bond. He glanced at his friends, their faces eager, and vowed to keep their hope alive. The valley narrowed, and a wall of mirrors appeared, towering like a maze of glass. Each mirror reflected the starry sky, the group, and strange, fleeting images, a glowing grove, a lava cave, a singing garden. The reflections twisted, making the path confusing, as if the mirrors were alive. A faint hum, like the box's but softer, came from somewhere deep within. Wow, Lila whispered, hovering before a mirror. It's like the whole adventure's in here. Look, there's the pond. Zip scanned the mirrors. The surfaces are prismatic, bending light to create illusions. The door is likely hidden behind a specific reflection. We must identify the correct one. Bubble peered at his reflection, his ears flat. I look wobbly. And these mirrors are creepy. What if we get stuck in one? Baby Yoda set the box down, its hum steady against the mirror's hum. The riddle says hope endures. Maybe we need to find a reflection that shows hope. He touched a mirror, its surface cool. It showed the tower, but the image flickered, replaced by a dark, empty chasm. He pulled back, his heart skipping. Lila flapped to another mirror. This one shows the sprites. But, oh, it's changing to a stormy sky. She frowned, her wings slowing. These mirrors are tricky. Zip's eyes flickered. The reflections are tied to emotional resonance. Each mirror may reflect a fear or memory. We must find one that reflects hope. Bubble shuffled closer to Baby Yoda. Fear? My reflections need tripping. I don't like this place, Babwa Yoda. Baby Yoda's ears perked as the box's hum grew louder. Let's look together. Hope's something we share. He led them through the maze, the mirrors shifting around them. One showed Lila lost in fog, another Zip sparking and broken. Bubbles' mirror showed him falling, his hooves flailing. Each image made their steps heavier, the valley's hum colder. This is awful, Lila whispered, her giggle gone. Why are they showing bad stuff? Zip's eyes dimmed. The mirrors amplify doubt. My reflection suggests system failure. Illogical, yet unsettling. Baby Yoda clutched the box, its hum a lifeline. Hope endures. Don't believe the mirrors, he said. They're like the wisp's tricks. Think of something hopeful. Bubbly, what makes you feel strong? Bubbles' eyes widened. Strong? When I helped in the cave. And when you all say I'm brave. Baby Yoda nodded. Lila, what about you? Lila's wings lifted. When I spot patterns. And when we cheer each other up. Zip tilted its head. I experience stability when you call me friend. It defies my programming, but it is hopeful. Baby Yoda smiled, his heart warming. Hold on to that. Let's find the mirror that shows us together. They moved deeper, the mirror's images softening. Then Lila gasped, pointing to a small mirror tucked in a corner. It showed them laughing, the box glowing, Lumora's sky bright with stars. That's it. Lila chirped, her wings buzzing. It's us, happy. Baby Yoda touched the mirror, and it shimmered, revealing a hidden door of crystal. But as he pushed it, a shadow swirled behind them. The shadow wisp, its smoky form coiling, its eyes glinting. Hope blinds, it hissed, and the mirrors flashed, their reflections turning dark. The door began to close, its hum fading. No! Bubble cried, his hooves skidding. It's locking us out. Lila flapped frantically. We were so close. That wisp's ruining everything. Zip's eyes flickered. The wisp's energy is disrupting the door's mechanism. We must act quickly. Baby Yoda's heart raced, but the box's hum steadied him. Hope meant pushing through fear. Bubbly, he said, you're strong. Can you hold the door open? Bubbles' ears twitched. Me? But I'm clumsy. You're not, Lila said, landing beside him. You crossed the bridge. You can do this, Bubbly. Zip nodded. Your physical strength exceeds mine. I trust you, Bubbly. Bubble took a deep breath, his hooves firm. Okay. For you guys. He pressed against the door, his fluffy body bracing it. The crystal groaned but held, its hum returning. Baby Yoda slipped through, the others following. Inside was a small chamber, its walls lined with mirrors that showed only their true selves, no tricks. A silver crystal glowed on a pedestal, pulsing with a light that felt like a promise. The heart of hope. We did it. Lila cheered, spinning in the air. Bubbly, you're a hero. Bubbles' tail wagged. I didn't trip. And I held the door. Zip's eyes blinked. Your resilience is inspiring. Hope is a powerful variable. Baby Yoda touched the crystal, its warmth spreading through him. The wisp's hiss echoed outside, but it didn't enter. He placed the crystal in the box, and the parchment glowed, revealing a new clue, face the wisp where shadows dance and truth unveils. Face the wisp? Lila tilted her head. That sounds scary. Bubble gulped. Do we have to talk to it? It's so creepy. Zip tilted its head. The wisp's role is unclear, but this clue suggests a confrontation. My sensors will be critical. Baby Yoda closed the box, the wisp's words ringing, hope blinds. Was it warning them or hiding something? The mirrors glowed softly, reflecting their united faces. We'll face it, he said, his voice firm. Hope's stronger than shadows. As they left the chamber, the mirror's hum faded, and the valley sparkled again. But beyond the door, the shadow wisp waited, its eyes glinting in the mist, whispering, truth cuts deeper than you know. The misty cliffs of Lumora loomed ahead, their jagged edges glowing faintly under a sky swirling with stars. Baby Yoda clutched the Jedi box, its hum a steady pulse, the 5 crystals inside shimmering with empathy, courage, trust, faith, and hope. The new clue, face the wisp where shadows dance and truth unveils, sent a shiver through him. The shadow wisp had tested them at every step, and now they had to confront it directly. Lila flitted close, her green feathers damp from the mist, her usual chirp softened by nerves. Bubble trotted cautiously, his hooves slipping on the rocky path, muttering about not falling. Zip floated beside Baby Yoda, its big eyes cutting through the fog, humming as it tracked the wisp's energy. "Are we really gonna face it, Zip?" Baby Yoda asked, his ears twitching. The cliffs felt heavy, like they held secrets older than Lumora itself. The wisp's whisper, "Truth cuts deeper than you know," echoed in his mind, but the box's hum urged him forward. Truth was the next step, and he hoped it would bring them closer to lighting the stars. Zip's eyes blinked. "Affirmative, Babwa Yoda." The wisp's energy signature is concentrated 100 meters ahead, near a cliffside clearing. Its behavior suggests intentional engagement. Engagement? Bubble bleated, his ears flat. "That sounds like a fight." "I'm no good at fighting, just tripping." Lila swooped down, forcing a giggle. "Oh, Bubbly, it's not a fight. Maybe it just wants to talk." Like a grumpy cloud with eyes. Her wings trembled, betraying her bravado. Baby Yoda smiled, patting Bubble's fluffy side. "We'll face it together, Bubbly. The riddle says truth unveils. We'll find out what the wisp's hiding." His voice was steady, but his heart raced. The wisp had stolen a crystal, shaken bridges, and darkened mirrors. What would it do now? He glanced at his friends, their faces tense but trusting, and felt their bond like a warm light. The path opened into a clearing, a wide ledge on the cliff's edge where mist swirled like a living thing. Shadows danced across the rocky ground, cast by glowing crystals embedded in the cliffs. In the center stood the shadow wisp, its smoky form taller now, its eyes glinting like frost. It held no crystal, but its presence was heavy, like a storm waiting to break. The box's hum sharpened, as if sensing a challenge. "There it is," Lila whispered, landing on Baby Yoda's shoulder. "It's so big." Bubble whimpered, his hoofs shuffling. "Why's it staring?" "I don't like this, Babwa Yoda." Zip hovered closer, its eyes flickering. The wisp's energy is stable but intense. It is not attacking. I detect intent to communicate. Baby Yoda stepped forward, the box under his arm. "Shadow Wisp," he said, his voice small but clear, "we're here for the truth. We want to light the stars. Why do you keep stopping us?" The wisp's form swirled, its eyes narrowing. "Truth is not given, little Jedi. It is earned through kindness. Prove your heart is pure, and I will unveil the box's secret." Its voice was like wind through ancient trees, sharp but not cruel. "Prove it?" Lila tilted her head. "Like a test?" "We've passed all your tests." Bubble gulped. "Another test? I'm gonna mess it up, I know it." Zip's eyes blinked. The wisp's request aligns with Jedi principles. Kindness is measurable through actions. We must comply. Baby Yoda set the box down, its hum blending with the cliff's faint glow. "What do you want us to do?" he asked, his ears perked. The wisp's words felt like a puzzle, but kindness was something they knew. The wisp pointed a smoky tendril to the cliff's edge, where a small, wilted flower glowed faintly, its petals drooping. "This bloom is Lumora's heart, fading from neglect. Share your kindness to restore it, and truth will shine." The shadows around the flower danced, forming a barrier of dark mist. A flower? Lila chirped, flapping closer. We can help it. Right, Babwa Yoda? Bubble sniffed the air. It looks sad. But that mist looks scary. Zip scanned the flower. The mist is an energy field, blocking access. Kindness may neutralize it, but the mechanism is unclear. Baby Yoda's heart tugged at the flower's faint glow. Kindness was their strength, but the wisp's eyes watched closely, like it expected them to fail. Let's try, he said. What makes a flower happy? Lila, you know plants. Lila's wings fluttered. Flowers love songs and soft touches. I'll sing to it. She hovered near the mist, her voice rising in a gentle melody about sunny days and sparkling dew. The mist thinned slightly, but the flower's glow stayed dim. Bubble shuffled forward. Maybe it needs water? I can carry some from that puddle. He trotted to a nearby pool, carefully scooping water in his mouth. But as he neared the mist, the shadows thickened, pushing him back. He stumbled, spilling the water. Oh no! I ruined it. You didn't, Bubbly, Baby Yoda said, his voice warm. You tried. That's kind. He looked at Zip. Any ideas, Zip? Zip's eyes dimmed. My database lacks floral care protocols. Logic suggests physical nurturing, but I am uncertain. Kindness is not in my programming. Baby Yoda's ears perked. But you're kind, Zip. You help us every day. What would you do for a friend? Zip tilted its head, its eyes blinking slowly. For a friend, I would share energy. My core can emit a low-frequency pulse to stimulate growth. It floated to the mist, its body glowing faintly. The mist parted, but only a little, and Zip's glow flickered. Insufficient. I cannot do this alone. The wisp's eyes glinted. Kindness is shared, not solitary. Unite your hearts. Baby Yoda's heart leaped. Together, he said. Lila, keep singing. Bubbly, try the water again. Zip, use your pulse. I'll talk to the flower. He stepped closer, the boxes hummed loud in his ears. Lila sang louder, her melody weaving through the mist. Bubble scooped more water, his hooves steady, and sprinkled it gently. Zip pulsed, its glow merging with the flowers. Baby Yoda knelt, his voice soft. Little flower, we're here. Grow strong, okay? We believe in you. The mist dissolved, and the flower's petals lifted, its glow flaring like a tiny sun. The cliffs hummed, and a violet crystal rose from the ground, pulsing with a light that felt like honesty. The heart of truth. We did it. Lila cheered, spinning in the air. The flower's happy. Bubble's tail wagged. And I didn't spill it all this time. Zip's eyes brightened. Kindness amplifies energy output. Fascinating. The wisp's form softened, its eyes less sharp. You are worthy. The box's secret is yours to seek, but the final test awaits. It vanished, leaving the crystal gleaming. Baby Yoda touched the crystal, its warmth spreading through him. He placed it in the box, and the parchment glowed, revealing a new clue: seek the core where storms rage and light endures. The core? Lila tilted her head. Like Lumora's heart? That sounds big. Bubble gulped. Storms? I don't like storms. Zip tilted its head. Lumora's core is a volatile region. My sensors will be strained, but I am prepared. Baby Yoda closed the box, the wisp's words lingering, the final test. The crystal's hum felt stronger, like they were close to something huge. "We're ready," he said, his voice firm. "The core's next." As they left the clearing, the flower's glow followed, a beacon in the mist. But in the cliff's shadows, the wisp's eyes flickered, whispering, "The core will break or bind you." The path to Lumora's core wound through a rugged canyon, where the rocks glowed with a deep, pulsing light and the air crackled with energy. Baby Yoda held the Jedi box tightly, its hum stronger now, the 6 crystals inside shimmering with empathy, courage, trust, faith, hope, and truth. The new clue, "Seek the core where storms rage and light endures," pointed to the heart of the planet, a place of power and mystery. Lila flitted close, her green feathers ruffled by the gusty air, her usual chirp quiet. Bubble trotted nervously, his hooves slipping on the uneven ground, muttering about storms. Zip floated beside Baby Yoda, its big eyes flickering in the canyon's glow, humming as it tracked the core's energy. "Are we getting close, Zip?" Baby Yoda asked, his ears twitching. The canyon felt alive, its pulse matching the box's hum. The shadow wisp's warning, "The core will break or bind you," echoed in his mind, but the crystal's light gave him strength. The next heart would bring them closer to lighting the stars, but the storm ahead felt daunting. Zip's eyes blinked. "Affirmative, Babwa Yoda. The core is 100 meters below, accessible via a tunnel ahead. Sensors detect high electromagnetic activity and turbulent air currents. Caution is critical." "Turbulent air?" Bubble bleated, his ears flat. "That's a storm. Storms are loud and scary. What if I get blown away?" Lila swooped down, forcing a giggle. "Oh, Bubbly, you're too fluffy to blow away. We'll hold on to you. Right, Babwa Yoda?" Her wings trembled, betraying her nerves. Baby Yoda smiled, patting Bubble's fluffy side. "We're a team, Bubbly. The riddle says light endures. We'll find that light together." His voice was steady, but the wisp's shadow loomed in his thoughts. Its tests had pushed them to their limits, and the core felt like the biggest challenge yet. He glanced at his friends, their faces tense but determined, and felt their bond like a spark. The canyon narrowed, and a tunnel opened, its entrance glowing with a warm, golden light. Gusts of wind howled from within, carrying flecks of sparkling dust. The box's hum grew louder, as if calling to the core. Baby Yoda led the way, his tiny feet steady despite the wind. "Stay close," he said. "The heart's down there." The tunnel sloped downward, its walls pulsing with veins of light that flickered like lightning. The air roared, pushing against them, and the ground trembled faintly. Lila clung to Baby Yoda's shoulder, her wings tucked. "It's so loud," she shouted. "But the light's pretty." Zip's eyes flickered, struggling to scan. "The storm's energy is disrupting my sensors. The core is a chamber of raw planetary power. We must proceed with precision." Bubble whimpered, his hooves skidding. "Precision? I'm just trying not to fall." The tunnel opened into a vast chamber, Lumora's core. It was a swirling vortex of light and wind, like a storm trapped in a glowing orb. Crystals floated in the air, spinning and sparkling, their hum blending with the box's song. In the center, a platform held a faint, flickering light, not a crystal but a pulse, like a heartbeat struggling to shine. "That's it," Baby Yoda said, his heart leaping. "The heart of light. But as he stepped forward, the storm surged, winds howling and crystals crashing against the walls. Shadows swirled in the vortex, and doubts crept into his mind. You're too small to be a Jedi. You'll fail. Lila's wings faltered. I'm not good enough, she whispered, her eyes wide. I'll mess up again. Bubble cowered, his ears flat. I'm too clumsy. I'll break everything. Zip's eyes dimmed. My logic is failing. I cannot protect you. Baby Yoda clutched the box, its hum cutting through the doubts. No, he shouted. Those aren't our thoughts. It's the storm. He looked at his friends, their faces clouded with fear. The riddle said light endures. That meant their light, their strength together. Lila, he said, his voice firm, you're the sharpest. You found the patterns. We need you. Lila's eyes brightened slightly. Me? But I get distracted. You don't, Bubble said, his voice shaky but kind. You're amazing, Lila. You always see what we miss. Zip nodded, its eyes steadying. Your intuition surpasses my data. I trust you, Lila. Baby Yoda turned to Bubble. Bubbly, you're strong. You held the door. We need your heart. Bubble's tail twitched. But I'm scared. You're brave, Lila chirped, her wings lifting. You crossed the bridge. We believe in you, Bubbly. Zip added, your resilience defies probability. You are essential, Bubbly. Baby Yoda faced Zip. Zip, your logic guides us. You're our friend, not just a robot. Zip's eyes blinked slowly. Friendship enhances my function. I will not fail you, Babwa Yoda. The storm roared, but their words pushed back the shadows. Baby Yoda led them to the platform, the winds tearing at his ears. Together, he shouted. They joined hands and hooves, Zip's claw linking with Lila's wing. The box's hum flared, and the platform's light pulsed stronger, forming a white crystal that glowed with unbreakable warmth. The heart of light. The storm calmed, its winds softening, the shadows fading. The crystals in the air stilled, their hum gentle. Lila cheered, spinning in the air. We did it. The storm's gone. Bubble's tail wagged. I didn't fall. And I wasn't too clumsy. Zip's eyes brightened. Unity increased energy output by 95%. Light endures. Baby Yoda touched the crystal, its warmth filling him with certainty. He placed it in the box, and the parchment glowed, but no new clue appeared. Instead, the box trembled, its hum louder, as if waking up. Something's different, he whispered. Lila tilted her head. The box is sparklier. Is it done? Bubble gulped. Done? But we didn't light the stars yet. Zip scanned the box. The crystals are resonating at a higher frequency. The box requires one final act to unlock its purpose. Baby Yoda's heart skipped. The wisp's warning, the core will break or bind you, felt true. They were bound now, stronger than ever, but the box wasn't finished. We need to do one more thing, he said. Something kind. As they turned to leave, a faint shadow flickered at the chamber's edge. The shadow wisp, its eyes softer now, almost curious. It didn't speak, but its presence felt less cold. Baby Yoda clutched the box, its hum a promise. Let's go, he said. The stars are waiting. The core's light followed them, a beacon in the tunnel. But in the shadows behind, the wisp whispered, kindness unlocks, but secrets remain. The winding path from Lumora's core led back to the glowing meadows, where flowers swayed like tiny stars under the swirling night sky. Baby Yoda cradled the Jedi box, its hum vibrant now, the 7 crystals inside pulsing with empathy, courage, trust, faith, hope, truth, and light. No new clue had appeared on the parchment, but the box's trembling suggested it was ready for something big. The shadow wisp's presence lingered in his thoughts, its softer eyes hinting at a change. Lila flitted close, her green feathers catching the meadow's glow, her chirp brighter but curious. Bubble trotted steadily, his hoofs firm on the soft grass, muttering about what the box might do. Zip floated beside Baby Yoda, its big eyes scanning the horizon, humming as it analyzed the box's energy. "What's next, Zip?" Baby Yoda asked, his ears perked. The meadows felt peaceful, but the box's hum was like a song waiting to burst free. The wisp's whisper, kindness unlocks, but secrets remain, echoed in his mind. They had all the hearts, but the stars weren't lit yet. What was missing? Zip's eyes blinked. The box's energy signature is at maximum resonance, Babwa Yoda. Historical Jedi data suggests a final act of intent is required to activate such artifacts. The nature of this act is unclear. Unclear? Bubble bleated, his ears twitching. You mean we don't know what to do? What if it's something hard, like flying? Lila giggled, swooping down. Oh, Bubbly, you don't have to fly. The box loves us. It's probably something sparkly and fun. Her wings fluttered, but her eyes flicked to the box, curious. Baby Yoda smiled, patting Bubble's fluffy side. We'll figure it out, Bubbly. The wisp said kindness unlocks. Let's keep being kind. His voice was steady, but his heart raced. The box felt alive, its crystals glowing brighter with each step. He glanced at his friends, their faces eager, and felt their bond like a warm light. The meadow opened into a clearing, the same grove where Baby Yoda had found the box. The glowing grass was brighter now, and the stone pedestal stood empty, as if waiting. The air hummed, not just from the box but from the grove itself, like Lumora was holding its breath. A soft rustle came from the trees, and a tiny glimmer sprite, its pink glow faint, fluttered into view. It looked lost, its wings drooping, its light flickering. Oh! Lila gasped, landing gently. It's a sprite. But it's so sad. What's wrong, little one? The sprite squeaked, its voice tiny. I'm lost. My family's in the forest, but I can't find them. The glow's too big here. Bubble's ears perked. Lost? We can help. Right, Babwa Yoda? Zip tilted its head. Assisting the sprite aligns with kindness protocols. My sensors can track its energy signature to locate its colony. Baby Yoda set the box on the pedestal, its hum flaring. Let's help it, he said. Maybe this is what the box needs. The grove's light pulsed, as if agreeing. He knelt by the sprite. We'll find your family. Don't worry. The sprite's light brightened slightly. You're nice, it squeaked, fluttering closer. Lila flapped her wings. I'll scout ahead. My eyes are super sharp for glowy things. She zipped toward the forest, her feathers blending with the starlight. Bubble trotted after her. I'll make sure the path's safe. No tripping for me today. His voice was proud, his hoofs steady. Zip hovered by the sprite. I will guide you. Your colony's energy is detectable 300 meters west. Its eyes glowed, projecting a faint path. Baby Yoda followed, the box under his arm. The grove's hum stayed with them, blending with the forest's soft whispers. Lila called out, spotting faint pink lights in the distance. There! More sprites! She led them to a cluster of trees where dozens of glimmer sprites danced, their glows weaving patterns in the air. The lost sprite squeaked, its light flaring. My family! It darted forward, joining the dance. The sprites swirled around Baby Yoda and his friends, their giggles filling the forest. Thank you, they chimed, their lights forming a heart shape in the air. Lila spun, giggling. They're so happy. We did it, Babwa Yoda. Bubbles' tail wagged. I didn't trip once. And the sprites love us. Zip's eyes blinked. Kindness increased sprite energy output by 80%. A successful intervention. Baby Yoda's heart swelled, but the box's hum surged, louder than ever. He opened it, and the 7 crystals glowed so brightly they lit the forest like a sunrise. The parchment shimmered, but no words appeared. Instead, a shadow stirred at the forest's edge. The shadow wisp, its form clearer now, less smoky, its eyes warm rather than cold. Shadow wisp! Baby Yoda gasped, stepping forward. Why are you here? The wisp's voice was soft, like a breeze. Your kindness proves your worth. I am no enemy, but a guardian of the box, set by the ancient Jedi to test its bearers. The secret is yours. Bubbles' eyes widened. A guardian? You're not gonna steal stuff anymore? Lila tilted her head. What's the secret? Is it sparkly? Zip's eyes flickered. Clarification requested. What is the box's purpose? The wisp swirled closer, its form almost solid. The box holds the power to light Lumora's stars, spreading kindness across the planet. Each heart you found strengthened its magic. One final act remains, share its light with Lumora's heart. Baby Yoda's ears perked. Lumora's heart? The core? The wisp shook its head. The heart is everywhere, in every act of kindness. Return to the grove. The box will guide you. It paused, its eyes softening. I tested you, but you bound your hearts. I am proud. It faded, leaving a faint glow. Lila's wings buzzed. Proud? The wisp likes us. That's so cool. Bubble gulped. But what's the final act? I hope it's not scary. Zip tilted its head. The wisp's data suggests a ritual. The box's energy is primed for activation. Baby Yoda clutched the box, its hum like a song ready to soar. The sprite's heart-shaped glow lingered in his mind, a clue to the final step. Let's go back to the grove, he said, his voice firm. The box knows what to do. They returned to the clearing, the pedestal glowing brighter now. The sprites followed, their lights dancing around the grove. The box's hum filled the air, and as Baby Yoda placed it on the pedestal, the crystals flared, their light weaving into a beam that touched the sky. The grove pulsed, and a new clue appeared on the parchment. Raise the crystals where kindness flows and stars awaken. Raise the crystals? Lila chirped. Like a big sparkly party? Bubbles' tail wagged. A party sounds nice. No tripping, right? Zip's eyes blinked. A ritual is implied. The grove's energy suggests it is the focal point. Baby Yoda's heart raced. The wisp was a guardian, not a foe, and the box was ready. But what did raising the crystals mean? The grove's light felt like a call, but the final step was still a mystery. "We're close," he said, his voice warm. "Let's get ready." As the sprites danced, the grove's hum grew, a promise of stars. But in the forest's shadows, a faint wisp lingered, its eyes watching, whispering, "The light reveals all." The glowing grove pulsed with life, its grass sparkling like a sea of stars under Lumora's swirling sky. Baby Yoda stood by the stone pedestal, the Jedi box open before him, its 7 crystals shimmering with empathy, courage, trust, faith, hope, truth, and light. The new clue, "Raise the crystals where kindness flows and stars awaken," hummed in his heart, matching the box's vibrant song. The Shadow Wisp's revelation as a guardian, not a foe, filled him with hope, but its final whisper, "The light reveals all," hinted at more to come. Lila hovered nearby, her green feathers aglow, her chirp bubbling with excitement. Bubble trotted in circles, his hooves steady, muttering about sparkly skies. Zip floated beside the pedestal, its big eyes scanning the box, humming as it analyzed the ritual's energy. "What do we do now, Zip?" Baby Yoda asked, his ears perked. The grove felt like the heart of Lumora, its light warm and welcoming. The wisp had said the box would spread kindness across the planet, but raising the crystals was still a mystery. He hoped the grove would show them how. Zip's eyes blinked. "The box's energy is at peak resonance, Babwa Yoda." The clue suggests a ceremonial act to channel the crystal's power. The grove's ambient energy aligns with this purpose. "Ceremonial act?" Bubble bleated, his ears twitching. "Like a dance?" "I'm no good at dancing. I'll trip and ruin it." Lila giggled, landing on Bubble's back. "Oh, Bubbly, it's not a dance. It's like a big, shiny hug for Lumora. We'll do it together." Her wings fluttered, her eyes sparkling with ideas. Baby Yoda smiled, patting Bubble's fluffy side. "We've come this far, Bubbly. The wisp said kindness flows here. Let's share that kindness." His voice was steady, but his heart raced. The box's hum felt like a call to action, its crystals glowing brighter, as if eager to shine. He glanced at his friends, their faces lit with hope, and felt their bond stronger than ever. The Glimmer Sprites, still dancing from their reunion, swirled around the pedestal, their pink and gold lights weaving patterns in the air. Their giggles mixed with the grove's hum, creating a melody that felt alive. Baby Yoda knelt by the box, his tiny hands hovering over the crystals. "Shadow Wisp said the box lights the stars," he said softly. "Maybe we need to lift the crystals up, like a gift to Lumora." Lila's eyes widened. "Lift them? Like, hold them to the sky? That's so sparkly." She flapped higher, mimicking the motion with her wings. Bubbles' tail wagged. "I can help lift. I'm strong when I don't trip." Zip tilted its head. "A physical elevation may channel the crystal's energy into Lumora's atmosphere. I will monitor the energy flow to ensure stability." Before they could begin, a soft breeze stirred the grove, and the Shadow Wisp appeared, its form now clear, like a figure woven from starlight. Its eyes glowed gently, no longer cold, and its presence felt warm, like a friend. "You have proven your hearts," it said, its voice like a lullaby. "The box's purpose is to renew Lumora's light, but it needs your kindness to awaken." Bubbles' eyes widened. "Shadow Wisp, you're not scary anymore. What do we do?" Lila tilted her head. "Yeah, Tell us. We want to make the stars super shiny. Zip's eyes flickered. Clarification requested. What specific action will activate the box's full potential? The wisp floated closer, its form shimmering. Each crystal holds a heart of kindness. Raise them together, speak your truth, and let your bond light the sky. But know this, the box's secret is tied to Lumora's soul. It will change you, as you change it. It paused, its eyes on Baby Yoda. Are you ready, little Jedi? Baby Yoda's heart skipped, but the box's hum steadied him. We're ready, he said, his voice small but sure. We've learned what kindness means. Let's share it. The wisp nodded, its form fading slightly. Begin. I will guide the light. It swirled upward, its glow blending with the sprite's dance. Baby Yoda looked at his friends. Let's each hold a crystal, he said. We'll raise them and say what kindness means to us. He carefully handed a crystal to each friend, keeping the white crystal of light for himself. The sprites hummed, their lights circling tighter, as if cheering. Lila clutched the green crystal of trust, her wings buzzing. I'll go first. Kindness is seeing the best in everyone, even when they're scared. She raised her crystal, its glow flaring, and the grove's light pulsed. Bubble held the red crystal of empathy, his hoofs steady. Kindness is helping someone feel brave, even when you're wobbly. He lifted his crystal, its light joining Lila's, the grove humming louder. Zip grasped the blue crystal of courage, its eyes bright. Kindness is supporting friends beyond logic, because they matter. It raised the crystal, its glow weaving with the others, the air sparkling. Baby Yoda held the white crystal, its warmth filling him. Kindness is believing in each other, no matter what. He lifted it high, and the grove flared, the sprite's lights spinning faster. The remaining crystals in the box rose on their own, floating above the pedestal, their colors blending into a radiant beam that pierced the sky. The wisp's voice echoed. Speak your truth, and the stars will awaken. Lila giggled, her voice clear. I trust my friends to make every adventure fun. Bubbles' tail wagged. I care about you all, even when I'm clumsy. Zip's eyes blinked. I value our bond, defying my programming. Baby Yoda's ears perked, his heart full. I'm a Jedi because of you. We light the stars together. The beam brightened, and the sky shimmered, new stars flickering to life, their glow spreading like a wave. But the box trembled, its hum faltering. A faint shadow stirred within the beam, not the wisp but something deeper, tied to Lumora's soul. The wisp's eyes widened. The box senses a final need, it said. One more heart to seal its magic. Lila's wings froze. Another heart? But we have them all. Bubble gulped. What's it need? I'm all out of brave. Zip tilted its head. The wisp's data suggests an additional act of kindness, beyond the crystal's scope. Baby Yoda clutched the white crystal, the grove's light steady but expectant. The new stars glowed, but the box's hum felt incomplete, like a song missing its final note. We need to share more kindness, he said. Something big, for all of Lumora. The sprites chimed, their heart-shaped glow returning. The parchment in the box glowed, revealing a new clue, share the light where hearts join and skies transform. Share the light? Lila chirped. Like, give it to everyone? Bubbles' ears perked. Everyone? That's a lot of kindness. Zip's eyes blinked. A planetary scale ritual is implied. The grove is the conduit. Baby Yoda's heart raced. The wisp watched, its glow encouraging. The box was ready, but one final step remained. "We'll do it," he said, his voice firm. "Let's light the stars for real." As the sprites danced, the grove's hum soared, a call to the sky. But in the beam's shadow, a faint whisper lingered, "The final heart binds forever." The glowing grove thrummed with energy, its grass sparkling like a carpet of diamonds under Lumora's starry sky. Baby Yoda stood by the stone pedestal, the Jedi box open, its 7 crystals blazing with empathy, courage, trust, faith, hope, truth, and light. The latest clue, share the light where hearts join and skies transform, pulsed in his heart, the boxes hum a soaring song urging them forward. The shadow wisp, now a gentle guardian, hovered nearby, its starlight form glowing softly. Lila flitted above, her green feathers shimmering, her chirp bubbling with excitement. Bubble trotted around the pedestal, his hoofs steady, muttering about shiny skies. Zip floated close, its big eyes scanning the box's energy, humming as it calculated the ritual's next step. "How do we share the light, Zip?" Baby Yoda asked, his ears perked. The grove felt like Lumora's beating heart, its warmth wrapping around them. The wisp's whisper, "The final heart binds forever," echoed in his mind, hinting at a grand act of kindness. The new stars they'd lit flickered above, but the box's hum called for more, a transformation of the entire sky. Zip's eyes blinked. The box's energy suggests a planetary broadcast, Babwa Yoda. The grove acts as a conduit, amplifying the crystal's light. A synchronized act of kindness may complete the ritual. Synchronized? Bubble bleated, his ears twitching. Like, all of us doing something at once? What if I mess up the timing? Lila giggled, landing on Bubble's back. "Oh, Bubbly, you won't mess up. It's like a big, sparkly team hug for Lumora. We'll shine together." Her wings buzzed, her eyes sparkling with ideas. Baby Yoda smiled, patting Bubble's fluffy side. "We're a team, Bubbly. The clue says hearts join. That's all of us, sharing kindness." His voice was steady, but his heart raced. The box's hum felt like a promise, its crystals glowing so brightly they lit the grove like daylight. He glanced at his friends, their faces eager, and felt their bond like a star ready to burst. The glimmer sprites swirled around the pedestal, their pink and gold lights weaving heart shapes, their giggles blending with the grove's hum. A soft hoot came from above, and Mr. Hoot, the wise owl, landed on a glowing branch, his golden eyes warm. "The box's light is ready, young ones," he said, his voice like a lullaby. "Share your kindness with Lumora's soul, and the stars will awaken fully." "Mr. Hoot!" Lila chirped, spinning in the air. "You're back. What do we do?" Bubble's tail wagged. "Yeah, tell us. I wanna help, but I don't wanna trip." Zip tilted its head. "Guidance requested. How do we channel the crystal's energy to effect a planetary transformation?" Mr. Hoot spread his wings, the grove's light glinting off his feathers. "The box holds Lumora's kindness. Hold the crystals high, speak your heart's wish for the planet, and let the grove carry it to the sky. But beware, true kindness asks nothing in return." His eyes met Baby Yoda's, a hint of mystery in their glow. Baby Yoda's ears perked. "A wish for Lumora," he whispered, the box's hum flaring. "We can do that." He looked at his friends and the sprites, their lights dancing like a promise. Let's make a circle around the pedestal. Each of us holds a crystal and says a kind wish. Lila clutched the green crystal, her wings buzzing. I'll start. I wish for Lumora to always have happy songs, so everyone feels brave. She raised her crystal, its glow flaring, and the grove's hum deepened, the sprites spinning faster. Bubble held the red crystal, his hooves firm. I wish for Lumora to be safe, so no one's ever scared or alone. He lifted his crystal, its light joining Lila's, the grove's grass sparkling brighter. Zip grasped the blue crystal, its eyes steady. I wish for Lumora to share knowledge, so all can grow beyond limits. It raised the crystal, its glow weaving with the others, the air shimmering. Baby Yoda held the white crystal, its warmth filling him. I wish for Lumora to shine with kindness, so every heart feels loved. He lifted it high, and the remaining crystals rose from the box, floating in a circle above the pedestal. Their colors merged into a radiant beam that shot into the sky, splitting into streams of light that touched every corner of Lumora. The wisp swirled upward, its voice soft. Your kindness binds the light. Let it flow. The sprite's heart-shaped glow pulsed, and the grove flared, its hum a symphony. The sky erupted, new stars bursting to life, their glow cascading like a waterfall of sparkles. Lumora's air sang, a melody of joy that wrapped around the planet. Lila cheered, spinning in the air. The stars. They're everywhere. We did it. Bubbles' tail wagged wildly. I didn't trip. And the sky's so pretty. Zip's eyes blinked. Energy output exceeds calculations. The ritual is beautiful. Baby Yoda's heart soared, the white crystal warm in his hand. The new stars glowed, each one a piece of their kindness, lighting Lumora's sky like a dream. But the box's hum softened, and Mr. Hoot hooted gently, his eyes twinkling. Well done, young ones. Lumora shines, but the box holds one more secret, a gift for those who seek beyond. Another secret? Lila tilted her head. Is it sparklier than this? Bubble gulped. More? I thought we were done. Zip tilted its head. The box's energy is stabilizing, but a latent signature remains. Further exploration is possible. Baby Yoda looked at the box, its crystals still glowing softly. The wisp hovered, its form fading, its eyes warm. The final heart awaits, it whispered. Seek it where kindness began. It vanished, leaving a faint sparkle. The parchment glowed, revealing a new clue, find the heart where the grove first sang and eternity binds. Eternity? Lila chirped. That sounds big. Is it here? Bubbles' ears perked. The grove? We're already here. What's left? Zip's eyes blinked. The clue suggests a return to the origin point. The grove's energy may hold an additional layer. Baby Yoda clutched the white crystal, the grove's hum steady but expectant. The new stars shone, but the box's final secret felt close, like a song waiting for its last note. We're not done, he said, his voice firm. Let's look closer. As the sprites danced, their lights weaving hearts, the grove pulsed, a call to one last adventure. But in the sky's glow, a faint shadow lingered, whispering, the heart binds all. The glowing grove shimmered under Lumora's transformed sky, where new stars sparkled like a blanket of jewels. Baby Yoda stood by the stone pedestal, the Jedi box open, its 7 crystals glowing with empathy, courage, trust, faith, hope, truth, and light. The latest clue, find the heart where the grove first sang and eternity binds, pulsed in his heart, the boxes hum a gentle call to one last mystery. The shadow wisps whisper, the heart binds all, lingered, promising a final act of kindness. Lila hovered close, her green feathers catching the starlight, her chirp soft with wonder. Bubble trotted around the pedestal, his hooves steady, muttering about forever things. Zip floated nearby, its big eyes scanning the grove, humming as it analyzed the box's fading energy. "What's the final heart, Zip?" Baby Yoda asked, his ears perked. The grove felt warm, its grass pulsing like a heartbeat. The stars they'd lit shone brightly, but the box's hum was quieter now, like a song waiting for its final note. The wisp's words hinted at something eternal, tied to the grove where their adventure began. Zip's eyes blinked. "The box's energy is stabilizing, Babwa Yoda, but a residual signature suggests one more activation." The clue indicates the grove's origin point, possibly a focal point of kindness. Origin point? Bubble bleated, his ears twitching. "This is where we started. What's left?" "I don't want to climb anything." Lila giggled, landing on Bubble's back. "Oh, Bubbly, it's not climbing. It's something sparkly and forever, like a big hug that never ends." Her wings fluttered, her eyes wide with ideas. Baby Yoda smiled, patting Bubble's fluffy side. "We're almost there, Bubbly. The clue says eternity binds. Maybe it's about making kindness last forever." His voice was steady, but his heart fluttered. The box's crystals glowed softly, as if resting, but the grove's hum felt expectant, like it knew a secret. He glanced at his friends, their faces glowing with hope, and felt their bond like a star that never fades. The glimmer sprites danced around the pedestal, their pink and gold lights forming heart shapes, their giggles weaving with the grove's melody. A soft hoot sounded, and Mr. Hoot landed on a glowing branch, his golden eyes twinkling. "The grove sings its first song again," he said, his voice warm. "The final heart is kindness shared forever, binding Lumora's soul to yours." "Mr. Hoot," Lila chirped, spinning in the air. "Forever kindness? How do we do that?" Bubbles' tail wagged. "Yeah, tell us. I wanna help, but forever's a long time." Zip tilted its head. "Guidance requested. What action will bind the box's energy to Lumora permanently?" Mr. Hoot tilted his head, the starlight glinting off his feathers. "The box holds Lumora's light, but its magic must live in you. Place the crystals in the grove's heart, share your promise to keep kindness alive, and the stars will seal it." His eyes met Baby Yoda's, a spark of pride in their glow. Baby Yoda's ears perked. "The grove's heart," he whispered, the box's hum softening. He looked around, noticing a small circle of glowing stones at the pedestal's base, hidden by grass. Their light pulsed like a heartbeat, matching the box's song. "There," he said, pointing. "That's where the grove first sang." Lila flapped to the stones. "It's so pretty. Like a tiny nest for the crystals." She tilted her head, her sharp eyes catching their glow. Bubble sniffed the stones. "They're warm. But what do we say? I'm not good with promises." Zip hovered closer. "A promise is a commitment to future action. My data suggests verbalizing our intent to sustain kindness will suffice." Baby Yoda knelt by the stones, the box in his hands. "Let's each place a crystal and make a promise," he said. "Something we'll do to keep kindness going." The sprites hummed, their lights circling tighter, as if cheering. The wisp's faint glow lingered in the air, watching silently. Lila clutched the green crystal, her wings steady. "I'll go first." She placed it in the circle, its glow flaring. "I promise to sing happy songs for everyone, so they always feel loved." The grove's hum deepened, the stones sparkling. Bubble held the red crystal, his hooves firm. "I promise to help anyone who's scared, even if I'm wobbly." He set his crystal down, its light joining Lila's, the grass glowing brighter. Zip grasped the blue crystal, its eyes bright. "I promise to share knowledge with kindness, beyond my programming." It placed the crystal, its glow weaving with the others, the air shimmering. Baby Yoda held the white crystal, its warmth filling him. "I promise to be a Jedi who spreads kindness, no matter where I go." He set it down, and the remaining crystals floated from the box, settling into the circle. Their colors merged, forming a radiant heart that pulsed with the grove's song. The wisp appeared, its form now a soft light. "Your promises bind the heart," it said. "Speak as one to seal it." The sprite's giggles rose, and the grove flared, its hum a symphony. Baby Yoda looked at his friends, their hands and hooves joined. "Together," he said, his voice clear. They spoke as one, "We promise to keep Lumora's kindness alive forever." The heart of crystals blazed, sending a beam into the sky. The stars flared, their light cascading across Lumora, sealing the planet in a glow that felt eternal. Lila cheered, spinning in the air. "The stars! They're singing now! We did it!" Bubbles' tail wagged wildly. "I didn't trip! And the sky's forever shiny!" Zip's eyes blinked. "The energy output is immeasurable. The ritual is complete." Baby Yoda's heart soared, the grove's warmth wrapping around him. The stars shone, each one a promise, their light binding Lumora's soul to theirs. But the box's hum softened, and Mr. Hoot hooted gently. "The final heart is yours," he said. "Kindness lives in you, but the box whispers one last gift." "One more?" Lila tilted her head. "Is it a sparkly surprise?" Bubble gulped. "Another gift? I thought we were done." Zip tilted its head. The box's residual energy suggests a latent function. Further investigation is needed. Baby Yoda touched the box, its crystals now dim but warm. The parchment glowed, revealing a faint riddle, "Hold the light where dreams begin and adventures call." The wisp's glow faded, its voice a whisper, "The heart is yours, forever." "Dreams begin?" Lila chirped. "That sounds like a new story." Bubbles' ears perked. "Adventures? I'm kinda ready for a nap." Zip's eyes blinked. The riddle implies a continuation. The grove remains the focal point. Baby Yoda's heart raced. The stars were lit, the heart sealed, but the box held one last spark. "We'll find it," he said, his voice firm. "Together." As the sprites danced, the grove's hum softened, a promise of dreams. But in the stars' glow, a faint whisper lingered, "The light calls on." The glowing grove sparkled under Lumora's radiant sky, where stars pulsed like a symphony of kindness. Baby Yoda stood by the stone pedestal, the Jedi box closed but warm in his hands, its 7 crystals now resting, their light of empathy, courage, trust, faith, hope, truth, and light sealed into Lumora's soul. The final clue, "Hold the light where dreams begin and adventures call," hummed in his heart, a gentle nudge toward one last secret. The shadow wisp's whisper, "The light calls on," lingered like a promise of new journeys. Lila hovered nearby, her green feathers shimmering, her chirp bubbling with curiosity. Bubble trotted around the pedestal, his hooves steady, muttering about new adventures. Zip floated close, its big eyes scanning the grove, humming as it analyzed the box's faint energy. "What's the last gift, Zip?" Baby Yoda asked, his ears perked. The grove felt peaceful, its grass glowing softly, but the box's warmth hinted at something more, a spark waiting to ignite. The stars above shone with their kindness, but the clue suggested a new beginning, tied to dreams. Zip's eyes blinked. "The box's energy is minimal but active, Babwa Yoda." The clue implies a connection to the grove's origin, possibly activating a latent function tied to imagination. Imagination? Bubble bleated, his ears twitching. "Like, making stuff up. I'm not good at that. What if I imagine something silly?" Lila giggled, landing on Bubble's back. "Oh, Bubbly, silly's perfect. Dreams are all sparkly and fun, like flying without wings." Her wings buzzed, her eyes wide with excitement. Baby Yoda smiled, patting Bubble's fluffy side. "We'll dream together, Bubbly. The clue says adventures call. Maybe the box wants us to start something new." His voice was steady, but his heart fluttered. The box's hum was faint, like a whisper, but the grove's glow felt alive, as if waiting for their next step. He glanced at his friends, their faces bright with wonder, and felt their bond like a star that never dims. The glimmer sprites swirled around the pedestal, their pink and gold lights dancing in spirals, their giggles blending with the grove's soft hum. A gentle hoot came from above, and Mr. Hoot landed on a glowing branch, his golden eyes sparkling. "The box's light is yours forever," he said, his voice warm. "But its final gift is a dream, a spark to carry beyond Lumora. Hold it where the grove's heart beats, and let your dreams shine." "Mr. Hoot," Lila chirped, spinning in the air. "A dream spark? Is it super shiny?" Bubble's tail wagged. "A spark? I hope it's not too big. I'm kinda tired." Zip tilted its head. "Guidance requested. How do we activate this dream-related function?" Mr. Hoot spread his wings, the starlight glinting off his feathers. "The grove's heart holds the first song of kindness. Open the box, share a dream for the future, and the light will guide you to new adventures." His eyes met Baby Yoda's, a hint of mischief in their glow. Baby Yoda's ears perked. "A dream for the future," he whispered, the box's warmth pulsing under his hands. He knelt by the circle of glowing stones at the pedestal's base, where they'd placed the crystals before. Their light was faint now, but a soft pulse remained, like a heartbeat. "This is it," he said, opening the box. The crystals glowed gently, their hum a quiet melody. Lila flapped to the stones. "It's like a cozy bed for dreams." "What do we dream about, Babwa Yoda?" Bubble sniffed the stones. "Dreams? I don't know. Maybe, not tripping." Zip hovered closer. "Dreams are projections of desire. My data suggests verbalizing aspirations for future kindness will align with the box's purpose." Baby Yoda nodded, his heart lifting. "Let's each share a dream for what we'll do next, to keep kindness growing." The sprites hummed, their lights circling tighter, as if eager to listen. The wisp's faint glow lingered in the air, a soft presence watching over them. Lila clutched the box's edge, her wings steady. "I'll start. I dream of flying to every corner of Lumora, singing songs that make everyone smile." Her voice was bright, and the stones pulsed, their glow flaring slightly. Bubble shuffled forward, his hooves firm. I dream of helping anyone who's lost, so they find their way like we helped the sprite. He spoke proudly, and the stone's light deepened, the grove humming softly. Zip tilted its head, its eyes bright. I dream of learning more about friendship, to share it with others beyond my circuits. Its voice was steady, and the stones sparkled, the air shimmering. Baby Yoda held the box, its warmth filling him. I dream of being a Jedi who brings kindness to every star, with my friends by my side. His voice was small but sure, and the stones blazed, their light weaving with the crystal's glow. The box trembled, and a tiny orb of light rose from its center, no bigger than a firefly, pulsing with every color of the crystals. Lila gasped, her wings buzzing. "It's so pretty." "Is that the spark?" Bubbles' eyes widened. "It's tiny. But it's super shiny." Zip's eyes blinked. The orb's energy is self-sustaining, a concentrated essence of the crystal's light. It is remarkable. The wisp appeared, its form now a gentle shimmer. "This is the dream light," it said, its voice like a breeze. "A gift from the box, to carry kindness wherever you go. Hold it, and your dreams will guide you to new adventures." It swirled around the orb, its eyes warm. Baby Yoda reached for the dream light, its warmth tingling in his hand. The grove's hum soared, and the sprite's lights formed a heart around them. The stars above pulsed, as if cheering. "We'll take it with us," he said, his voice firm. "To keep Lumora's kindness alive." Mr. Hoot hooted softly. "The grove's song lives in you now. The stars are yours to explore." He spread his wings, vanishing into the starlight. Lila spun, giggling. "New adventures. Where do we go first, Babwa Yoda?" Bubbles' tail wagged. "Somewhere with no tripping, I hope." Zip tilted its head. The dreamlight's energy suggests infinite possibilities. "I am ready to explore." Baby Yoda tucked the dream light into the box, its glow soft but steady. The parchment remained blank, but the grove's hum felt complete, like a story ready for a new chapter. "We'll find out," he said, his heart full. Together. As the sprites danced, their lights weaving dreams, the grove sparkled, a promise of journeys to come. The stars sang, and in their glow, a faint whisper lingered, "The light is yours, always." Thank you for listening to these incredible stories. Our team would really appreciate it if you give us a like and comment. Your opinion is very important to us. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed.